to AC 24/7, I'm Aaron Dean. Opioid addiction in the LGBTQ plus community impacts thousands every year, and the fight against overdose deaths is now available in retail stores and online. Many states have already made Narcan available in high-risk locations like clubs and even bars. Now it's available over the counter, but some advocates are concerned about the price point, and as the Advocate Channel's Ivan Rodriguez reports, the cost might put the life-saving drug out of reach for those who need it most.
There have been more than 1 million drug overdose deaths in the U.S. since 1999.
The chances are somebody you know and love does drugs.
The widespread use of synthetic opioids exacerbating the crisis.
You really need every tool that's available right now.
One key tool, the Narcan branded naloxone nasal spray, is now available over the counter following approval by the FDA earlier this year.
Narcan, and I have some here, is a medication that is just so easily sprayed up the nose and can reverse an opioid overdose within minutes.
Dr. Scott Hadland says this can be the new avenue for families of young adults struggling with addiction.
We are actually at a point in the crisis where each week the equivalent to a high school classroom of teenagers dies from overdoses. And most of those overdoses are actually happening in people's homes. So there's the potential for a parent or other loved one to be able to respond.
But at a suggested retail price of $44.99 for 2 doses, some advocates worry the price point is too high. However, Emergent Biosolutions, Narcan's manufacturer, says the company is lowering the cost for community groups, first responders, as well as state and local governments, while some insurance and state Medicaid programs also cover the full cost of the life-saving medication. Though not a solution to the opioid epidemic, advocates are hopeful this is a big step in the right direction.
The more that we can do to normalize rescuing people who have experienced an overdose, the more we're going to help this crisis.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Being high on weed and getting behind the wheel may be more dangerous than drinking and driving. That's according to a new study published in the journal JAMA Network Open. Marijuana-related traffic accidents that required ER treatment rose nearly 500% between 2010 and 2021. Meanwhile, drunk driving car crashes grew just under 10% during that same time period. There is a concern that it may be linked to the legalization of marijuana. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that he will not step down despite persistent questions about his health. McConnell has frozen in mid-sentence twice recently while answering questions from reporters. His attending physician released a statement earlier this week saying that there is no evidence that the 81-year-old legislator has had a seizure or stroke. But the statement did not offer any clear indication about what is causing the pauses and how it's being treated. The longtime Republican leader is determined to remain in office.
What have doctors said is the precise medical reason for those 2 freeze-ups?
What Dr. Monahan's report addressed was concerns people might have that some things that happened to me did happen. Well, they didn't. And it's really, I have nothing to add to that. I think you pretty well covered the subject. I'm going to finish my term as leader, and I'm going to finish my Senate term.
And on Wednesday, he spoke behind closed doors with his Republican colleagues about his health. McConnell is serving his 7th term, a seat that he's held since 1985. And the fast food chain Wendys is experimenting with the fall favorite flavor, pumpkin spice, and what else? It's Frosty. Starting next Tuesday, Wendys will offer that frozen treat infused with the taste of crisp air and colorful leaves. That type of feeling is exactly why seasonal flavors have become so popular. They invoke a sense of nostalgia and excitement, and their limited time availability creates a sense of urgency that boosts demand. And if you're keeping count, pumpkin spice marks the 6th flavor for the Frosty. Well, thank you so much for joining us for AC 24/7. For more, go to theadvocatechannel.com and subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For AC 24/7, I'm Aaron Dean.